Are you ready to take the leap and go all in? This is your sign to seize the moment and make your dreams a reality. Sometimes, we find ourselves spending too much of our lives waiting for things to happen. In those moments, perhaps we should shift our focus to actively creating our own experiences and living our lives instead of simply observing them. This means giving our own value to the things around us, rather than constantly seeking it from external sources. Our reactions and perspectives play a crucial role in how we experience life, and it is important to consciously choose to see things in a positive light. It may not always be easy, but by putting effort into changing our mindset and connotations, we can greatly benefit ourselves. Personally, I have recently undergone a transformation in my philosophy and spirituality, realizing that what I used to believe was mundane is now entirely different. I constantly contemplate. My thoughts are deep and introspective, but upon further reflection, I realize that much of it is not just thinking, but also feeling. I have come to understand the importance of appreciating myself and how I perceive the world. This realization has prompted me to take action and fully embrace who I am. I have started to pursue my interests and passions without fear of judgment. I used to hold back, but now I understand that the opinions of others are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. I like to think of it in terms of years in the future. I won't care about what others think of me now, so why not live authentically and share my true self with the world? I believe that a large portion of our anxiety stems from our perception of ourselves in a given moment, particularly after taking that initial step towards growth. It's crucial to have enough faith in ourselves to truly progress. Self-appreciation and self-love are essential aspects of this process, and although I have briefly touched upon the topic, I haven't had the opportunity to delve deeply into it. Self-love is more than just looking in the mirror and saying, "I love you," to yourself. It involves acknowledging and valuing the things we do and appreciating ourselves for who we are. This can have a significant impact on our brain chemistry. Personally, I have noticed a positive change in myself when I looked in the mirror and realized that with time I am even more amazing. This shift in mindset shows how different I am now compared to before. In the past, I may have thought that I will be great once I lost weight, but now I am able to recognize that I am enough in the present moment and embrace where I am in my journey. By realizing where you want to be and where you want to go, as well as how you want to conduct yourself, we are achieving your highest potential. Rather than constantly striving for a certain point, it is important to embrace the present moment and be fully present in who you are. By controlling your reactions to external circumstances and your own thoughts, you have the power to shape yourself into the person you want to be. Instead of trying to eliminate negative thoughts, it is more beneficial to change your perspective and not allow them to define you. Focusing too much on one aspect of ourselves can be detrimental, as it causes us to lose sight of all the good things. Without a positive perspective, we are unable to reach our full potential and truly flourish. In the past, I believed that I was being held back in expressing myself. However, as I have become more comfortable with who I am, I have realized that taking the first step and committing to getting to know myself has made a significant difference. This may seem like a grand statement, but what it truly means is taking the time to understand and figure out who I am. During a break, I had the opportunity to spend time alone and explore my passions. I painted art and crafted little wooden objects without any specific purpose, simply for the enjoyment of it. I also delved into poetry and other forms of art, fully immersing myself in the present moment. This isolation allowed me to be free from overthinking and just be present. I believe that this type of solitude is necessary for everyone, but many fear it. However, I have come to realize that it is not the solitude itself that people fear, but rather who they are when they are alone. In my experience, people tend to avoid being alone with themselves because they believe their thoughts define them, and they fear negative patterns and tendencies. But the more I embrace my alone time, the more I appreciate my own space and the person I am becoming. My ability to step out of my comfort zone and be authentically myself has allowed me to see the potential for growth in every aspect of my life. I believe that there will always be room for improvement and that the journey towards self-development is never truly over. It is important for me to constantly strive for self-improvement, while also loving and appreciating who I am in the present moment. This means accepting myself during times of change and being proud of my progress along the way. I have learned that it is not enough to only love the beginning or end result of my journey, but to embrace and appreciate every step of the way. I have also come to realize that a lot of our anxiety and discomfort comes from not being true to ourselves. In the past, I may have acted in ways that were not in line with my true self, but now I make a conscious effort to be genuine and vulnerable. This has been challenging at times, especially when it comes to sharing my thoughts and ideas, but I am no longer seeking validation from external sources. I am committed to being true to myself and embracing my journey, without worrying about what others may think. It is important to start looking within yourself, rather than seeking validation from others. When you put yourself out there, it should not be about how others will react, but rather how you feel about yourself. By constantly editing and improving yourself, you can find value in your own experiences and affirm your own growth. I am grateful for those who have recently subscribed to my channel, as I believe everyone has their own journey and I am grateful to have a platform to share mine. I have learned that I can learn more from others than from myself, and by observing my reactions to others, I can learn more about how I feel about myself. I used to feel envious towards others, but I realize now that it was because I was lacking self-love. Once I found that within myself, I no longer felt the need to negatively judge or compare myself to others. The concept of simply accepting things as they are is crucial in the process of personal growth. It is the first step towards reaching our true potential and becoming the best version of ourselves. While I may not know exactly where this journey will lead me, I recognize that it is essential to embrace and fully immerse myself in the process. I am grateful for the unwavering support of those who have been with me throughout this journey, as well as the new supporters who have joined along the way. I am also grateful to the other communities and creators who have shown their support. As we continue on this journey, it is important to prioritize self-care and treat ourselves with the same kindness and compassion that we would offer to others. Ultimately, we are our own greatest allies, and it is important to constantly remind ourselves of our worth and potential. So take a moment to appreciate yourself, give yourself a pat on the back, and remind yourself that you are doing a great job.